And welcome back to Captain Reviews. This is episode 10. So in this episode, I'm going to go over the next 5 builds posted to my creation review channel on my Discord. If you like your build review, just go ahead and put it in there. The link will be down in the description. So let's go ahead and let's look at the Steam page for the first vehicle. All right, first vehicle here to be reviewed is going to be the Mighty Bean. Cool little, tiny little cart here. Looks like it's powered by diesel. So the Mighty Bean is by Bockscar. The power of a two-cylinder features two-cylinder engine, liquid-cooled, all-wheel drive, no reverse gear, headlights and tail light, high visibility cabin, one seat, wielding torch, located in front of the back left wheel, simple controls with a rear view camera, roof rack with details, rather expensive, costing $10,000, top speed of 90 kph, credits year and wind, steering and brake system. All right, so here we have the Mighty Bean. So let's go ahead and we'll do a walk around. Not much to walk around here. It's a nice tiny little vehicle. So pretty cool little design. Some good XML edited windows there. Nice little detailing on the roof rack. Pretty cool little car. Let's go ahead and jump in. So steering's AD. WS is throttle. Up down is clutch. That's interesting. Kind of a manual clutch on there. Engine 1, 2 lights, 3 parking brakes. So let's go ahead and we'll turn the engine. All right, so we have our rear view camera kits. Let's see, right there. Fuel liters, kph, RPS, and temp. And we have clutch over here. All right, so manual vehicle. Let's go ahead and, I don't know if the parking brakes start on or off, so let's just jump out and check the wheels. All right, brake is false, so they start in the off position. Copy that. All right, so let's go ahead and we will get moving here. So let's go ahead and start throttling up. All right, so need to feather the clutch a little bit more than I did. That's very quiet. Let me just try to boost the sounds a little. Pretty stable for such a tiny, top-heavy little vehicle. Yeah, spoke a little bit too soon. So I have to manually actuate the clutch. One thing I might do is, if I was going to make it a manual clutch, the clutch pedal all the way out is fully engaged in real life. So I might do it where you have to hold the clutch in. Then it auto clutches out. But that would just be me. So let's see, let's go ahead and do the lights. So it's, I really like any of these tiny little builds. Tiny builds are often the hardest because you have to try to hide everything in that tiny little area. So it's, it takes a lot of engineering to be able to do that. And the really good XML edited windows on here. So a cool little vehicle. There's not too much to it. I like the luggage rack. It, it looks like there's some luggage in there. Has a little bit of gear up there. Nice, 45-degree paintable indicators there. Lighting up paintable indicators there for our tail lights. Ooh. That's me trying to do something while I'm driving here. The clutch is a little wonky to me. Personally, if I was going to do a manual clutch, again, I would set it so that it if you don't have anything pressed, it does clutch 100%. That would be like in real life if you let your foot off the clutch. And then what would happen is if you press the button, it would be like you're putting the clutch in, so you get zero clutch. That would just be the way I would personally do it. But, it's certainly up to just personal preference at that point. But it's a pretty neat little vehicle. A little bit hard just because it's hard to hear the engine, but that's just a lot of the way that the Stormworks sound is that can't really hear your engine, so I tend to, IRL, I operate my clutch via sound, so I just can't really do that very well. But cool little vehicle, definitely. I like it a lot. It's nice and compact, and again, tiny little vehicles can be some of the hardest to do because they are, it's tough to hide all the micros and everything. So let's go ahead and set the parking brake. All right, so cool little vehicle. I like it a lot. BJW Rescue Service vehicle. Let's go ahead and look at the pictures. So it's a rescue vehicle. Looks very nice. Good detailing on there. Also, it's a medical equipment in the back. It's created by Jacob 19821. BJW Rescue Service Vehicle. This vehicle was produced by the BJW company and built by Jacob and was designed by Jacob. Startup, turn on main breaker, turn on engine breaker, turn on engine switch. To throttle the engine up down is engine control. To clutch up, WS to go forward. That's interesting. Okay. Space is brakes. Hotkey 6 is reverse. Just remember this truck is made to go on road, not off. Okay, good. That's their Discord and the partner Discord. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. So we'll do a walk around here. So nice detailing there on the logo. Really good detailing work all around here with paint blocks. A lot of external equipment here. A ladder to go up and access anything on the roof. A lot of equipment. That's winch out and winch in. I assume I need to turn the breakers on first. A lot more equipment on this side as well. Let me see what side am I jumping in on. Driver's side. Nice work on the grill here. Good XML work there. Nice kind of showing the belt drives there on the front. Okay, how am I getting in the sucker? What is up with this here? Where am I getting in here? I have to go in here. It's an XML window, so I can go through the XML window. I don't know why I can't get my seat there. There we go. All right, so we're in now. So we need the breakers, so let's find these breakers that, okay, right there. Engine, main power, engine power. Okay, let me make sure that, okay, let's see what the heck is going on here. I'm gonna put in infinite fuel. Okay, that's not doing anything. All right, all right. Let's see if I can figure out why this is screwed up here. Up, down, throttle, all right. Let's try. All right, again, I would recommend, oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a weed whacker. All right, I don't understand why you have your engine set up this way. That would be the first thing that I would change is, let me shut that up so we don't hear it. It's a truck, you know, so what I would do to set up this engine is I would set it up so that you have your minimum throttle value going through an up-down counter. I'd have WS as your drive system. I would not have a separate clutch, but that's just me. I don't know why, I would put an RPS limiter on there. I don't know why this goes up to a millions, billions RPS, so I would fix all that. And do I have to shut the starter off? I don't know. Let me see. I'm adding W now to add some clutch. Okay, so see, okay, I would work on that. Yeah, I would work on that, man. This operates pretty funky. I would change that up. I would make it work like a truck. You know, if you need some help, go ahead and post in Fix My Creation and get some help on that. But the starter should shut off once it reaches 2.5 RPS. 2.5 RPS gives the engine a start. As soon as it hits 2.5 RPS, I put an auto shut off on that. So what I would do is if the switch is on and the RPS, you use an and the RPS is less than 2.5, engage the starter. So as soon as it goes over 2.5, the starter would shut itself off. I would control I would control the movement with the WS keys. I would have the clutch auto clutch. I have an auto clutch tutorial. I'd follow that and let it auto clutch. This is it's just a little strange doing it this way. And you can hear how it sounds like a weed whacker. So what's up with that? 38 RPS. Put it in perspective, I run my trucks at a maximum of about 9.5. So, but those would be my little tips there. That would, it looks fantastic. I would just work on that engine a little bit. That's kind of, it's pretty messy there. I would just work on that. But you know, nothing wrong with it. But it's just definitely, you know, it's super loud. It's difficult to control. So I would do that. What do we have in here? There's engine access. That's pretty cool. I like that. Like that a lot. Really good interior detail in here. Have our bed here, so you can stay out for long durations. We have our signal alarms, transmit. Okay. You see what else was up here that I didn't see? Driver's seat. What is that all about? Siren. Let's look at that. So we have our siren. Interior lights, fire spots, side spots. Okay. I'm going to shut that noise off. Where is it? Right there. Headlights. Alright, so there's the lights. Lights pretty good. We have gauge, RPS, bat, speed, fuel. Was something come on the screen? I couldn't see. Was it backup? Maybe it's the reverse. Let me click 6. Oh, that's the new gear noise. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Some weapons and equipment. What's that? Light. That's my door. Alright, that's nice. Interior works great. Like I said, the only thing I would really work on is that engine. That engine needs some work. You know, you can post it and fix my creation. Somebody will help you out there. You know, you can follow my auto clutch tutorial. That will get you going on that. You can follow my StarWorks Basics car tutorial, and that will kind of help you on that. But detailing is excellent. The only criticism I would have is that engine. That engine and control scheme is just mighty confusing. It's super loud. You know, you saw I had to turn up the sound for Mighty Bean, and then you know, this is like weed whacking in my ear. So if you keep this like 9.5 at the most, that's going to give you a nice truck sound. That's where I would go with that. But excellent vehicle. The detailing's fantastic. Right, next build here is the HMS Executor. So let's go ahead and look through it. So just the one picture here. HMS Executor by Skelbton. The Executor class patrol boats are one of those peculiar cases of history when a ship exists in the popular culture and yet we know very little. We know the Executor class were commissioned in 1894 under the rule of Faradar III, and they were very successful as a patrol boat and light attack boat. The Executor class gained recognition in the public eye when the Battle of Bandasi, a humble Executor class, the HMS Inflexible, rammed into the Siamese battleship Magdala, letting the ship's firebrand and Empress of India flee the battle after both guns were disabled. The crew of Inflexible were posthumously awarded the King's Recognition Award. The Inflexible was later made into a song, The Last Call on Board Inflexible. Setup. Rear winch, all winch up, hold the buttons labeled U. Tighten depth charge, hold the button on deck labeled U. Depth charge operation. Make sure the charge is untethered, brace, turnkey button, profit, startup, throttles full, starter, gearbox. Okay. Gun, WSD, 1 for breech, space for trigger. Note, turret can jam. Usually it takes a minute to fix itself. Ocean Discord. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look. All right, so we have some nice rigging, cool flag on there. Looks good from the outside, nice and simple. Nice color scheme. I tried jumping and I did not jump. All right, good. So let's jump on board here. All right, so let me see what we can do here. So I'm checking the directions here. Make sure the charge is untethered. Okay. So I assume it's the sides. I'm assuming here because I don't know. So we'll assume it's that. So. All right, make sure the brace, turnkey button, profit. Okay, so we're being told how to drop the depth charge before how to start the boat. So let's actually start the boat and move it first. So let's go ahead and look around a little bit here. So there's the helm. Is this for the gun, though? I don't know. So let's go throttle. Okay, that's the gearbox. Okay. Don't know what the gearbox is doing. All right, so very cool. Very cool little boat here. So, okay, there's rudder. Very stiff on steering, but it's steering. You know, it's from the 1894, so kind of expect this horn. All right, there's the starter. Wow. All right, we're going there. All right. Go ahead and let that run a little bit. We have shells back here. All right. Get rid of this rope. Take a shell. Jump in the gun. All right. Is this battle cannon? I don't know. So let me throw this shell that I have there. I don't know if it's the right one or not. All right. I probably have to open the breach here. Where's breach? I don't know. Let me look. Breach 1. Okay, there it is. So there we go. All right, we're in. Let's go ahead, jump back in the seat. Breach 1. So it looks like we're having electrical issues. So that could be me. That could be it. I don't know. So very cool. There's a big working turret there. We'll get moving in case we run out of electricity here. Very cool. I like the masts. The simulated masts are really cool. Great rigging. That's really cool. I like the flag a lot. Angled stack is cool. Looks like it's just this one deck. So what's this? Down, up. Let's see. Make sure the charge is untethered. Brace, turn key button, profit. What is this? Don't know. Alright, so that is the untethering it needs to be. So you have a rocket-powered depth charge. Alright. So that's interesting. So I would put a little bit more, you know, untether all 3 connectors. Turn key. Alright. Not a big deal, just, you know, again, I would, you know, logically I would think a depth charge would drop via gravity. That's how they've always dropped, but that's just, you know, me using my own knowledge, which doesn't mean that that's how it's supposed to work in game. Alright, so that's the depth charge. That's pretty cool. Some more armor in there. So pretty simple ship, but pretty cool, again, from the 1890s. So really cool build. I like this a lot. This is a fun little craft. All right, next vehicle here is the Micro Shunter Locomotive SV5. All right, so we just have the one picture here. Micro Shunter Locomotive SV5, created by Floating Text. I have a tendency to make things too compact sometimes as my ultra-compact shunter, diesel-driven. I guarantee it will fit in every tunnel. The shunter has a feature to chain together any number of these little things, and the first one forward is where the hood ornament is. Becomes the master, and all the others become slaves. That mimic the first train's inputs. You'll need to manually turn the keys on every one of them, though. All the other stuff can be controlled from the first train. To get in, open the door and hop in the seat, close the door, and then you can crouch in the cabin, but I advise staying in the 2 seats. Start it, turn the key, and it will go up to the given RPS value of the gas throttle. Disengage brakes. That's spelled incorrectly. Before clutch, and stop before engage clutch in reverse. There is a 4-speed gearbox with a separate reverse gear on the back panel, so you have 4 forward, 4 reverse gears. There is a push button for track switching on the back panel. The shunter has automatic lights. Turn it on and it will light the forward headlights and backward red lights depending on speed. There's a wheel slip indicator. The gearing is kind of aggressive, so you might have some slippage when shifting. I use Mr. New Jersey's ECU modified to cut the fuel at 25 RPS. Sometimes the engine winds itself up to incredible RPS values for some reason, probably because it's the New Jersey controller. Which is beyond me, so I'm not going to troubleshoot that microcontroller. If I want spaghetti, I'll cook some. True. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that New Jersey controller. It doesn't make any logical, mechanical, engineering sense to me. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this vehicle. All right, so here we are. Looks very cool. I like the compact size. Again, compact vehicles can often be very difficult to do, so they're often a challenge to do. That looks like the toggle for the connector. Probably need master power on for that. So it looks like we have some cameras for our view. All right, very cool. So let's go ahead and let's jump in. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to just on the side here, I'm going to just kind of My recommendation is on the workshop page. If you notice, people, when they put their instructions, they'll often have them numbered and a little bit easier to find. Burying the instructions in the text just makes it a little bit tough if you're trying to figure out how to get it going. You kind of segregate a little bit, and it draws your eye to it if you have it kind of segregated and labeled, steps 1 through or whatever, or bullet points. All right, to start it, turn the key and it will go up to the given RPS value at the throttle. All right, what's that? Brake, clutch, throttle. Okay, good. All right, and I'm just trying to read the instruction a little bit here. So, all right, disengage brakes before clutch and stop before engage clutch in reverse. There's 4-speed gearbox with a separate reverse gear in the back panel, so you have 4 forward. Okay. I don't know what this does. It's always nice if you label those. Charge, meters per second, RPS, temperature. Push button, I don't know what this does. Again, labels help a lot, so you know what you're doing. Back panel, push button, reverse, and lights. So I don't know what this does. Reverse. Okay. So we're facing backwards, so that's why I'm in reverse. So let's go ahead and throttle up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead, brakes off. Let's go add some clutch. All right, so we're going backwards. All right. That's too high of a P value if it's a little bit, a hair of a little bit too much P value, but again, it's a New Jersey controller, so. All right, so I'm just going to wind that down, so not as loud. All right, we'll go clutch brakes. All right, that's good, and let's go ahead and we'll go forward. So we'll go ahead and brake down, clutch coming up, and I stalled it. Okay. Will that auto start? There it goes, okay. I'm still in reverse, all right. Stall it. All right, so it seems pretty nice and functional. That's the gearing. All right. I don't know what, it's wheel slip indicator copy. All right, so very cool. I like this. I just label your buttons. It's always helpful if you label the buttons. Like you said, could use a little ECU work. But very cool. I like its compact design. I like the look of it. Okay. And it stalls itself. So again, I would set the bottom threshold so that it does not stall itself. But looks really cool. I like the compact size, especially for Shunter. It's nice to have something this tiny. That's really cool. So really cool build. I like this a lot. And let's go to the next one. All right, next build we have here is going to be the Panzerzug, or Armored Train, World War I. So very cool looking train. As an inspired replica of the World War I Austro-Hungarian design of armored train system, the Austro-Hungarians were very keen on developing armored trains and doctrines for them because the Eastern Front wasn't nearly as stagnant as the all-quiet Western Front. They were used as reinforcement carriers, provided defense for logistical routes, bunker, busters, and fast response units. They were essentially tanks or APCs on rails, especially the motor cart, which has its own unit of propulsion, transport, and firepower. This pack contains the standardized parts, which can make several historical and other interesting trains. Most common configuration was cannon wagon engine facing front, machine work cart engine facing back. Cannon cart, it can split up after the first engine. The front secures the line while the back can bring in troops. So I didn't necessarily hook it up correctly, but we'll see. I'm not a train expert, so sorry for any inaccuracies. This was just a fun project inspired by IRL stuff. There were also insignias, which are totally anachronistic. They are from World War II, Hungarian Armored Forces. Insignia, just thrown in there for looks. Anyway, I hope you have fun with this build. Detailed instructions found at each cart and engine. Alright, so I didn't really go through the details of each one. I'll kind of keep those up on the side here. And that's from floating text. Let me see. Just kind of reading through it really quick, see if there's any. Okay, let's see if I can't figure out how to get this started. So I have it hooked up. Let's do the walk around first. So here's the, the cannon cart on the front. Very cool looking, good detailing on this. Really neat, kind of, very cool looking. So we'll just quickly go through it. So yep, very cool. So let's go ahead and jump in. I have to hold it. Okay. Don't generally like to have the hold ones just because sometimes it's tough to get in, but this one's not bad. You can get right in. Okay. So here is your, let's see what we have here. Push button. Elevation. Make sure I have damage off. I don't want to shoot anything I don't want to shoot. Yep. All right, so we can use the cannon breach control. That opens it up. Let's grab a shell. Can I stick it in there while I'm sitting here? I don't know if I can. Let me sit back in the seat and see if I can do it. Yep. There we go. All right, very cool. All right, so that's very cool. Be able to shoot some with this. All right, let's go ahead and look in the back here. So we have lots of equipment, rope, and weapons. We have our machine gun up here. So let's see, what do we have for controls? I don't see any labeled controls here. Up, down, left, right's not doing anything. WSAD. So it looks like it's... Okay, so it's mouse control. All right. So that's cool. Let's see, what else is this? That's the door, the other door. So we have side machine guns here as well. More mouse aim. And so that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So very cool. Let's go in between the cars. So this is personnel cart. So we have more machine guns there. That's cool. Very nice. All right, next one here. I don't know what this one's called. Some more seating in here, but we do have machine gun. What is this? Brakes. Okay, so this looks like controls in here. Again, like I said, I probably don't have the setup right. Brakes, clutch, gas, reverser, light. How does one turn it on? Is the question. So, I don't know. Don't know how to turn this on. So let me see if I can't find the separate Steam page and figure out how to turn this on here. Make your way behind the turret basket. Okay. I assume that, okay, it's back here. It's like, okay, good. This is cool. All right, so it's kind of got a separate engine. Let's see. There's a key to enable starting. Okay, right there. All right. Turn it until you hear the starter, then release it. I don't hear any starter. Just open some valves here and see what's up. That's emergency fuel. That's regular fuel. That is air. All right. There we go. All right. All right, so let's see if I can set the thrust. See if I can get this started again. All right, so we're up and running now. All right, there we go. All right, let's go reverser. Of course, I stalled it. Brakes are at 30%. That is probably why I stalled it. Oh, come on, man. Stop stalling it. All right, stalled again. So it's at max gas, so... I don't know if we're moving or not. Let me look. Yep, we're moving. Okay, so it just takes a little bit of finesse to get it going, but, you know, once you figure it out. So, it's probably a gearing problem if you can't do full clutch, so I would down gear it some more if you're not getting enough torque to get it into, you know, if you can't get full clutch, you're slipping the clutch, that's, you know, you need more gearing, essentially. So I need a little bit more torque. But very cool, I like this. So let's keep this running while I kind of jump in the seats here. Okay, what does one do in here? What's this? Push button. Okay, don't know what any of this does. Let's see, is this seat maybe I can control it from? Okay, I can see from this side, there we go. So here's my main cannon here. Left, right, up, down. Alright. That's cool, another gun there. I'm stuck. Alright, let's get through here. Alright, let's go back. I am moving, so this is going to be interesting. Tried a little James Bond business here. Alright, jump up. Come on. Jump up, guy. There we go. Alright. I like these little window slits. These are cool, so let's see. Don't know what the push button does. Please label your buttons. That makes life a lot easier to figure out what things are for everybody. Again, I don't know what the push button does, so I'd have to go through. Pistons, brake. Alright, so I'm pushing this with the brakes on. I wonder if that's why I was having so much problem, is the brakes are on. So that could be it there, so that could be a me issue. Okay, we're heating up. Alright, so I'm not going to go through this entirely, but very cool train. I like this a lot. It's very cool looking, great detailing on it. It's nice to have all the guns and everything, but this is a very cool little train. I like this a lot. So that was our 5 for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, some criticism here and there, but, you know, some of it's my operation as well. Like this, I was trying to push it with the brakes on, so that was certainly part of it. Very cool that you can go through the different sections on this one. Bean is cool. You know, clutch is a little bit weird to me, but again, that's just personal preference stuff. You know, so it's however you like it. You know, personally, I would do it a little bit differently. The fire truck, I definitely would say, on the fire truck, you know, work on that control system a little bit. It's a little bit overly complicated and weed whackery. I would definitely change that to make that operate a little bit differently. I'd make it a little bit more like a regular car. You know, personally, I would, set it up kind of like how I have my auto clutch transmission. You know, it should probably be doing the clutching on its own. You know, even I don't go into the clutching on my vehicles. You know, but you know, that's all personal preference stuff. So again, great vehicles, great builds. Really enjoyed testing them out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.